Hello, this is Mojave Green. On today's video, we are going to capture the ERLKing. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take our Shiruku up to the bigger syndicate shipyard. They have the best Marines. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, the next thing you need to do is go to an Argonne shipyard by Shuyaku Vanguard. Okay, this has 225 capability for persons. What you want is you want all Marines, but you don't want to buy them here. So put both of these to 0 and set up the rest of it like you like it. Okay, now after that's done building, we're going to go to this shipyard right here, the bigger syndicate shipyard. The reason is when you buy Marines here, you get more veterans than you do recruits. Well, actually more recruits, but you get more veterans than any other station. So what you do is you buy them, then put the recruits somewhere else in your fleet if you need them, or sell them back, or abandon them, and keep buying until you got a pretty good crew of veterans. Now you're gonna need this to get the ERLKing. You can do it with one Shruka, 225, if you get enough veterans. You'll still lose quite a bit. Usually come out with about 120, 130 left over. So that's the best way to get the ERLKing. My old video on it, I used Cobras, but it doesn't get far enough away from the station anymore. So this is the best way to do it. Okay, it's almost there. Actually, it's docked. Okay, so go to upgrade, go to personnel. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to get 225 Marines. Come on. Get 225 Marines. Now it shows them all as recruits. But what you do is you go ahead and buy them, and then you check it out to see what you have. Okay, it hasn't bought them yet. Give it a few. Okay, as soon as that emblem's gone, okay, there it is. Okay, we ended up with 63 veterans, 162 recruits. What I'm going to do is I got a bunch of empty ships, so I'm going to get rid of the recruits that way instead of just dumping them. Okay, it won't take that many. So anyway, I'm going to spread them out throughout my ships, and I'll go and I'll buy again. And you keep doing that till you get mostly veterans. Okay, once you filled all your ships with recruits, if you still want to try for more veterans, you can get rid of them here at the shipyard, but you don't get anything for it. What you're doing is you're getting rid of, you're firing the unassigned. So it is costing you money, but that's the only way to get more veterans. So I'd prefer to do it than not have them. Oops. Forgot the second part. You got to ask for more Marines. Okay, now let's see what we end up with. Okay, docked. Got the wrench and it's done. So now we have 151 veterans and 74 recruits. Now you could go ahead and go after the ERLKing with this, but you'll probably lose close to 200. So I'm going to try one more time and see what I can get. Actually, something I just noticed that when you fire the unassigned and you hire new ones, they're showing me 0 credits, so they're not charging again. So you aren't losing money. So anyway, you keep doing this, and eventually you can get almost all veterans, but about 10 or 12 will be recruits. Okay, it took me about 8 tries, but I managed to get it down to 1 recruit and 224 veterans. So this will be a great load of Marines to go after the ERLKing. Okay, now that I've got 224 veterans and only 1 recruit on board, I'm now in Windfall 3, the Horde. And what we're after is the ERLKing right here. Now, usually she is docked at Keepsafe, but not right now. Anyway, the method I'm going to use today is sort of like a blitzkrieg. We're going to come in at full travel speed, pause right on top of him, launch our Marines, and keep going before they even know we were there. All right, let's get to it. Okay, hopefully we get in there undetected. If this thing ever gets up to speed. Okay, getting ready to pause it.
Abnormal power signature detected.
It appears to be coming from that large vessel.
Okay. Go to board. I'm going to send all the veterans and our 1 recruit. Now, this is very important. You need to set this to very strong and this one to very strong because you're trying to board this without taking out engines or turrets or anything. Okay. Start the operation. And keep going on by.
Points to some rather unorthodox engineering. Even through the interference, it is easy to see that this ship is formidable, albeit not yet complete. I fathom that, when fully constructed, few could stand against it in direct conflict.
Keep an eye on sensors.
Perhaps it is worth considering a boarding operation, although I do not expect it to be a simple matter.
Ready? Contact. Making preparations to breach.
Okay, now the key is
Contact.
get out of the sector.
Making preparations to breach.
So I'm going to teleport. And I'm going to tell him
Follow that course.
go to headquarters. Okay, here's what's going on. Unfortunately, we were met with attacks on the boarding
Follow
pods.
that course.
find enlightenment.
I got 15 casualties already. Normally I get farther before the casualties happen. The other key, as soon as we take the ERLKing, we need to get it out of there because the station will attack it. And normally you should not do this until you have a shipyard, which I do not have yet. It's the first time I've ever tried it without a shipyard. But I'm just going to save it until I get the shipyard, if I get it out of there. Okay, kicking on SATA and get going a little bit farther here. I didn't realize I wasn't on SATA. Sorry about that.
Preparing for breach. Sit rep. Green. Go! Move it!
Okay, last stage in
You are free
progress.
to engage. We secured several sections. Moving on.
And we're slowly
Falling
losing
back.
Marines,
Let's get them.
but less
Continuing
than they are.
engagement.
Yes!
They say it's too risky to engage.
Okay. The ERLKing is now ours. Well, I'm going to take one of those Marines. I can take the best one, we'll take the worst one, but if you notice, they're all veterans now, even though we've only got a little over 100 left. So we will make him the captain. And we'll tell him to dock away at the headquarters and see if he gets out of the sector. Now, they still haven't even noticed that there was an attack on the ERLKing. So he should get completely to our player headquarters. Now, doing it this way, you don't get any rep loss. I still have 22 with the bigger syndicate, and that's where it was before the attack. So that's pretty much it. The ERLKing is ours. Now, it's probably not going to have anything on it. Okay, it has a few turrets, all of 3. No main guns. All around thruster Mark II. All around engine, but they're all argon. It doesn't have the ERLKing stuff. But we have the blueprints. As soon as we get a shipyard, we can get it up to the state. Like I said, normally you don't do this unless you do have a shipyard. Where's that? Okay, it's made it to Grand Exchange 1. Let's go ahead and jump on over there.
This is Vig Base to approaching ship. Let me give you some free advice.
Now they're just now
Bring back while
noticing
you still
that we
can.
can buy. So this is the ERLKing Bridge. Let's take a look and see what she looks like outside. Not bad, a little strange looking, but it is a good ship. Unfortunately, you can only have one of them. You get the blueprint, but you don't get to make it unless this one dies.
You there, approaching the wreck. The Vigor Syndicate confiscated the ERLKing fair and square, and we do not allow passers-by to approach. Get away from our property right now or suffer the consequences.
Unfortunately, they're a bit late because I've already got it almost home. So they will turn red temporarily, but after you play in a while, it'll go away. Now they're going to give us one last declaration of war, even though we're totally safe and away from them.
By deciding to ignore our directions, you have chosen death. Shoot that ship down, now!
Unfortunately, we're not there, so they're out of luck. All right, that's it. That's how to capture the ERLKing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like. Goodbye.